I flew here actually from Necker Island. Necker Island is Sir Richard Branson's private island. And my wife and my son and I flew about 35 hours to get here to Dubai. We were in Necker just 2 days ago. And we had the honor of having dinner with Sir Branson 2 days ago. And at this dinner, it was just one-on-one for about 90 minutes, me and him. We got to talk about life and business and lots of things. But I asked him this one question. I said, Richard, there are so many theories about what makes you tick, what has led you to be perhaps one of the most successful entrepreneurs in human history, a guy who's now taking people to space. But in your words, what's one thing that you would attribute to your success? Do you want to know what Richard said? He said, it's all about finding people smarter than you, getting them to come and work at your business, giving them great work, making it fun, then stepping back and leaving them alone so you can focus on your vision. But here's the most important thing. Make their work a mission. Wow. But the question is, how can the average company do this? Now, those are powerful. That's a powerful message. So Mindvalley, my company, sort of stumbled upon a way, and it happened quite by accident. See, in 2002, my company was operating out of a bedroom in Times Square. That space was where we started. It was a shady apartment in Times Square. In fact, 2 years before I moved there, it was a Thai massage parlor. And we all know what Thai massage parlor in Times Square means. So, yes, the company started in a former whorehouse in Times Square. But what happened next, quite by accident, was that due to visa problems, I had to leave the US and fly all the way back to Malaysia. And as soon as I got to my home city in Kuala Lumpur, I realized I had a problem. See, problem number one, all our clients, customers, partners were all in the US. Problem number two was way bigger. Malaysia has a massive brain drain issue. Every year, 1% of our population leaves the country to go to the developed world. In 2007, 140,000 of Malaysia's smartest minds left the country. 2008 to 2009, that number rose to over 300,000. Now, this was a problem. And in the words of Buckminster Fuller, you never change things by fighting an existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. Now, we couldn't fight brain drain, but we decided to create a new model. And that new model, our goal, was to create the world's greatest workplace. We decided that if we could create the world's greatest workplace in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, brain drain would no longer have to apply to us. And so we proceeded to. And over the last 5 years, Mindvalley has become one of the best places on the planet to work. In Kuala Lumpur, we are clearly the #1 place to work. We attract talent from all around the world. We have a spectacular office. And we have amazing people working from this one office. Mindvalley has become such a competitive place to work that people now take part in YouTube video competitions just to get recognized by the company. So if you get to YouTube, you type in Mindvalley cover letters, you'll see literally hundreds of applications creating these beautiful cover letters. This one, for example, this lady spent over 300 man-hours creating a custom animated video just to get noticed by Mindvalley. And this has resulted in this little company in Malaysia now employing people from 31 different countries, all in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. We've effectively reversed brain drain, at least for our business. And these amazing people in Mindvalley has allowed our company to expand in a variety of different industries. We've become the most successful incubator in Mindvalley. In Malaysia, last year we launched 7 companies, and every single one of them became profitable or got sold in 10 months. That's a pretty phenomenal record. And we've now expanded into everything from technology to venture capital. We've even launched our own festival in the Caribbean called Awesomeness Fest, all because of this amazing group of talent that we've been able to attract. In short, by following Sir Branson's advice. The question, though, is how can the average company do this? And what I want to share with you here is 5 ways we were able to accomplish this, and how any company, by adopting these 5 ways, can have the same results in their culture. Now, the first of these methods is happiness. And this is something that many companies overlook. The first thing we do in Mindvalley is we wanted to give our people a workspace that is so beautiful that they do not want to return to their homes because they enjoy being in the office so much. So we built a really spectacular space in Kuala Lumpur. But it's not just about a good space. You also need to give people freedom to use this space in any way they want. So we incorporated flexi time. At Mind Valley, you choose your own working hours. You can choose to spend Monday to take the day off to go watch a movie and then make up for it in the Sunday. Doesn't matter to us as long as the work gets done. And because we attract people from all around the world, the other thing we wanted to do was make sure that they lead beautiful, fun lives. So we actually take a vested interest in making sure that our employees have glorious social lives. We fly employees to Paradise Islands. We put on amazing parties and dinners to get people to enjoy their time in Malaysia, to become friends. When you're friends with the people at work, you tend to enjoy coming to work a lot more. Now, this also led us to relook at everything about how traditional companies run. Take, for example, the company weekly meeting. All companies have this, but most employees dread it. In Mind Valley, our weekly meeting is called the Awesomeness Report, and employees actually look forward to it. Really, we email our employees and we ask them to send in their key accomplishments for the week. We then share this with the team, but we do it in a way that's more like a stand-up comedy act. People are laughing, people are joyful, it's a ton of fun. Our awesomeness reports are rather like watching The Daily Show. And another thing that we do is we decided to give our employees power. For the last 5 years, every year in a row, we've won an award called the World's Most Democratic Workplace. We were the first company in Asia to win. And this award really means that we open up the way we run our business to give employees freedom and power. This leads to happiness. Happiness when you know that you have control over your workspace. One such example of how we do this is a process called Ask at Mind Valley, where any employee can submit an anonymous question to the founder or any key manager at Mind Valley and question them. And when the question goes through, it becomes public. Everybody knows the question has been asked. They just don't know by whom. And the founder or the manager has to answer it. And so everyone is accountable to each employee, including interns who've been with us for just a week. A typical question might be, I love how you're always pushing us to think big and grow. However, I'm concerned at how fast we're progressing because it feels like our foundation is not solid enough to support that growth. That's a question I had to answer to my team just a few weeks ago. Now, why happiness? A lot of people focus on productivity. Productivity does not even make my top 5. What I found instead is that when you make people happy, when you make people excited about jumping out of bed every morning, when you blur the lines between work and play, people will come up with ways to make their work culture productive. And people get amazing things done. Branson, in another quote, once said, "Work, play, makes no difference to me. It's all just living." Now, of course, play and fun is good, but to function as a workspace, you need a second ingredient, and that's the noble mission. So, Mind Valley is a publisher. We publish personal growth products for the generation that comes after books, people who use iPads, membership sites, YouTube. And we have about 120,000 students and over, right now, 1.7 million subscribers using our content all around the world. But our goal, our grand mission, is to touch 500 million lives. We're not even 1% there yet. But this is what keeps our employees working late at night, waking up excited, jumping out of bed every morning. The idea that someday we can get new ideas in parenting, in entrepreneurship, in marketing, in personal growth to 5% of the global population and make a ripple in history. Now, bold missions are one thing. But to really be happy at work, you need day-to-day tasks to keep you excited. Here, we borrow some ideas from the computer game industry. If you guys have played computer games, you know that these game designers have ways to keep you engaged and addicted and hooked. We take many of these same ideas and we simply bring them to work. One is the concept of the badge. If you've ever used a tool like Foursquare or played Farmville on Facebook, people get addicted to these because of badges. In Mind Valley, we give badges as well. But they are desk badges, icons that you place on your desk. The flash, for example, for doing speedy work. We also have, like in computer games, a way to level up. In games, you complete a level, you level up. In Mind Valley, when you do something bold, like set a new sales record, or create a beautiful new website, you get the bell of awesomeness that is only to be rung in moments of sheer and total awesomeness rung for you. And you can't just call it the BELL, that's sacrilegious, it has a title. So the average person in Mind Valley will have the bell rung for them maybe once or twice in their entire lifetime at work, but when they do, it's this massive honor. The third thing we do is high scores. Every team, every department submits their high score every Friday at 5 p.m. And every week they seek to beat their high score, just like a computer game. One more thing game designers do well is the leaderboard. You see a list of the people who are doing the best in the game. We do the same thing. Every month, employees at Mindvalley vote for the top performers. We share the leaderboard, our top performers, with the team at the monthly awesomeness report. But one of the cool things we do is the top performers get to do a ritual called mounting the puppy. And they basically sit on a beautiful green fluorescent puppy. And the other employees in the company, sometimes up to 80 people for 3 minutes, shower them with praise and appreciation and talk about why they won the award. It's a beautiful thing to see. People literally have tears coming down their eyes. One more thing we do is we democratize praise. See, as a founder, I don't always know what every single person in a company is doing every single day, yet people love praise. So our own employees created a system called OneUp, where anyone can send an icon or a badge to anyone else and thank them for something great they've done. The 8,000th praise or love letter just went out last week. Imagine coming to work where 3 to 4 times a week there is a little love letter waiting for you on your computer with a badge. Austin Power for knowing that you have mojo, or Borat for knowing that you do things very good, yes? And a note attached to it about why someone else in the company appreciated what you do. That's what people look forward to at work in Mindvalley. One of the funnest parts about computer games are Easter eggs. When a game gets boring, the game designer creates these special surprises called Easter eggs to pick the pace up. We do the same thing in Mindvalley. Our Easter egg is a secret organization within the organization called SPLASH. It stands for the Secret Society for Platonic Love, Appreciation, Smiles, and Happiness. It's like the CIA within the organization. Nobody in Mindvalley knows who's a member of SPLASH, but these members have a secret budget to do funky, cool things for the company. You might show up to work one day and SPLASH has organized Starbucks coffee for everyone, or bought a latest new tech toy for our computer team. One of the other things that Flash does is it organizes spontaneous festivals. There might be Mustachio Day at Mindvalley, where every guy who shows up is given a mustache and has to wear it the entire day. So Splash brings all these fun elements into work, so you never know what's going to happen. But every 2 weeks, something weird happens. Weirdness in the workspace is a wonderful way to create happiness. Now, there's a fourth ingredient as well, personal growth. If you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, you start to stagnate. What we do is we make personal growth a big part of our company. Every manager in Mindvalley abides by this motto. Leadership is recognizing that we are all one, that every person you lead is as brilliant as you, as talented as you, and has the same capacity for growth and accomplishment. They simply need to be reminded of this fact. And so with this, we put a ridiculous amount of time in helping people grow. People at Mindvalley abide by something called the 45-5 work week. It means that we are encouraged to only work 45 hours a week. Because if we don't have this gap, people go crazy. They just don't leave the office. So of this 45 hours, though, 5 of these hours you must spend growing yourself. Combine this with flexi time, and what it means is that someone at Mindvalley could be curled up in bed on a Friday, reading a book on meditation, anything that helps them grow, and they get paid for this time. We also give people an unlimited budget on Amazon so they can buy any book they want. We also created our own auditorium, the Hall of Awesomeness, where we bring in world-class trainers to come and speak to our team. We have team retreats in Paradise Islands. We fly our entire team down and bring trainers from around the world to come and train our team on everything from entrepreneurship to personal growth. But best of all, we have a program called the Dream Manager. See that board in that picture? That board holds the dreams and ambitions of every one of my employees. We ask every employee to make a list of experiences and objects they want to amass during their lifetime. A list of how they want to grow, maybe learn public speaking or pick up a new skill, and a list of how they want to contribute to the world. And this is what goes on that board. I try to know this for every person who works for me. I believe if you know these 3 things about a person, you truly get to know a person. And we believe that the company's mission is to help in any way make these goals for these employees become a reality in their life. The 5th thing we do, tribal dynamics. And this is really about building a tribe, a family. People in Mindvalley abide by the Code of Awesomeness. Our employees came up with this. It governs the day-to-day operations of how the company works. And we also have our own language. A word such as orgasmic, for example. I know it sounds odd, but this is what it means. It's when you do work that's so great that your peer watching your work is so impressed, a shiver goes up their spine. So we come up with our own language, we have our own code, And we then extend this tribal dynamics to our customers, to people who want to visit our office. We have an open office where anyone can come and visit. And we even organize our own festival called Awesomeness Fest. It's taking place in places like Costa Rica or Maui, where our customers come together to learn about personal growth and business processes, to engage in amazing parties and bond with our team. We've actually blurred the borders between our company and our customer. The biggest thing we've done recently is Mind Valley Insights, where we actually decided to open source our business and give away our marketing principles and our management principles to the world for free, so other companies could learn and grow from us. Now, why does this work? How have all these 5 things come together to make Mind Valley successful? Well, here are a couple of models. So again, you have happiness, a noble mission, quest, personal growth, and tribal dynamics. Happiness and a noble mission, when you put these together, you have what is called flow. I believe that there's this peak state of human existence. It's a state where you have bold missions pulling you forward, but you're happy in the now. In other words, your happiness is not tied to your goal. Your happiness comes from the journey. As you can see, happiness and a noble mission put you in this elegant state called flow, where it almost seems as if the universe has your back and things just work out without stress. Then there's Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins said that there are 2 great spiritual needs of every human being: a noble mission and personal growth. The desire to contribute to the world and the desire to grow yourself. And that's what a noble mission and personal growth do. Then there's Dave Logan's tribal dynamics model. And he talks about how healthy companies form a level 4 tribe. And if you read Tribal Leadership, happiness, a noble mission, and tribal dynamics help create that level 4 tribe. So the 5 things again. But the result is not just loyalty, innovation, hard work, fulfillment, impact, and the bottom line. The greatest result we're seeing is the impact on employees. Katharina joined Mind Valley from Slovakia. She worked with us for 2 years. She's gone back to Slovakia, now become a published author and organized a forum for empowering women. Amir joined us from Sudan. He's now writing a book on democratization in the Arab world. He's been invited to speak in places like Harvard and MIT. He's only 27. Nika joined us from Poland. She used her skills from Mind Valley to become a yoga instructor and is now one of the top yoga instructors in Southeast Asia. Kylie joined us from Malaysia. After 2 years at Mind Valley, he went to start a company and in 3 months sold it to Groupon and became one of Malaysia's most celebrated young entrepreneurial success stories. Cecilia joined us from Italy, worked for us for 1 year, went back to Italy, became a best-selling author. Her book just reached #1 on its list, and she just sold her company back to Mind Valley. And through empowering our employees this way, we have launched Mind Valley in Poland, in Russia, in Argentina, even in the Arab world, simply by turning our employees into entrepreneurs. The crazy thing about Mind Valley is this: a full 25% of everyone who's been with us for longer than 2 years has become an entrepreneur. And 12% of these entrepreneurs have become Mind Valley funded entrepreneurs. All the people you see in this picture are employees who are now entrepreneurs funded by the company. So our goal really is to build the world's greatest workplace. And we're not seeking to do this for awards or honors or recognition or even the bottom line. We're seeking to do it because it's the right thing to do. Because 70% of our waking hours are spent at work. Why shouldn't work be the happiest moments of our lives? And what we want to do is continue pushing the boundaries of work culture and then openly share it with the world so Branson's advice can be applied to millions of companies around the world. And we seek to do it in Malaysia, a developing country, because if it can work in Malaysia, it can work in 80% of the countries in the world. And someday, we hope, billions of people can jump out of bed in the morning with a big smile on their face, knowing that they're going to go to a workplace that gives them happiness, fulfillment, and meaning. Thank you.